Hey guys, and welcome to the Brown Palace. We're at another haunted location, and I must say, this is the richest place of them all. I am so out of place. We are in the center of downtown Denver. I can see a bank building right next to me. Like, my view is spectacular. I'm so out of my league here. I don't see ghosts. I see a lot of rich people. I just went and had cocktails while listening to live jazz. This place is insane. I did have one experience in the elevator already where the elevator was working fine until I got on it, and then it started stopping at every single floor and opening, even though nobody was calling the elevator to that floor. And there were these two women in the elevator with me, and I was dying laughing because they were sitting there and they're like, "Is it ghosts?" And I was like, "Well, I do hear this place is haunted." And the poor lady was like talking about how she's like, "No, I don't want to hear about ghosts in this place." And I was like, "But for now, this place is just insanely fancy. The location is amazing. There's a Starbucks next door. I'm so freaking happy. There are like two restaurants inside the hotel. One of them is so fancy, it has a dress code. Like, you legitimately have to dress up to go into it. I'm not used to this kind of level of prestige, but I have reservations at I think it's called the Ship Tavern here in like 40 minutes. I'm going to go and see what that's like. It's super pricey. It has a casual dress code, but not as fancy as the other one. So hopefully I'll fit in a little bit better, but I'll let you guys know if anything spooky happens. I swear I turned the light off. Spooky. All right, just got back from dinner. So far, nothing weird has happened. I do have the REM pod turned on, and currently it is not going off at all. The EMF is still showing a random, like, 2 spike. Like I said, I think that's probably going to be constant throughout tonight. Thankfully, this room does have a coffee machine, So I made myself a little coffee here. They even have a cute little mug, like it's tiny. But I figured, let's go ahead and try for like some spirit box and whatnot. It's currently 8:15 p.m. So probably not a lot of activity. So let's try a spirit box. All right. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to me? Do you have anything you wish to tell me? What is your name? Why are you still here? All right. So that's kind of our baseline. We're going to try and do that again when it's a little bit later, because like I said, it's only 8:20 right now. And paranormal activity is supposedly supposed to increase after midnight. So yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary. REM pod hasn't gone off at all. So yeah, I'm just getting like a constant spike in 2 to 3 just with the just being in the room here. Okay. But like I said, we'll try again later. I'll get the night vision camera set up, the dot set up. Okay. That motion sensor ball is going off. Alright, well, that's interesting. Was that me that set it off? No? Okay, well, that's kind of spooky. Anyways, it is now 1 o'clock in the morning. I fell asleep. This bed's very comfy. I was watching Forensic Files. Here we are. I was just putting down my motion activated cat toy things, and one of them definitely just went off by itself over there right when I started getting this all set up. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Could just be a draft because it is over by where the heater is. So unfortunately, the loud fan never shuts off. It's just constantly going, which is nice because it blocks out the noise of the city a little bit, but also not nice because it is rather loud and there's no way to turn it off for the EVP session or anything. So we're just gonna have to live with that. But so far, REM pod has not gone off at all. EMF is still just kind of doing weird stuff right in this specific spot. It's mostly behaving, it'll kind of go up to EMF 2 a little bit here and there, but it's not as sporadic as it was over on the other side of the room. So that's at least nice. Got my dots projector all set up. Look at this. Thought it'd be cool to have it behind me. Hopefully nothing moves behind me because that would actually be really creepy. I keep seeing a dust particle going through the dots over here and it keeps scaring me. All right. Is there anyone here with me? Is there anything you would like to tell me? Can you tell me your name? If there's anyone here with me, can you make your presence known? Do you have anything you want to say to me? I legitimately think spirit boxes are just a big scam. They just feel like they're designed to trick your brain into thinking you hear things when it's just random radio noises. I don't feel like I trust that too much for actual communicating with any potential spirits. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to me? Can you give me a sign? If there's anyone else here with me, can you please make your presence known? EMF is suddenly jumping up to a solid 3 almost. Is there someone here with me? Can you move the ball that is in front of me? Or make the EMF go up to a level 4? Can you make the red light on the EMF light up? I don't know. It's just doing the dance between 2 to 3 that it was doing throughout the room earlier. So I'm wondering if whatever is causing that just barely turned on. If there is a spirit here that is trying to communicate with me via the EMF, can you please make it go up higher? Just to let me know that it's not electrical interference. Okay, now the EMF has calmed back down. To any spirits that are within this building, I'd really like to talk to you. I'm trying to look for evidence that the afterlife is real. So if you wish to communicate with me, I would really appreciate it. I would love to speak to you. If you're here with me, can you make the EMF spike again? Okay, I do see it jumping up. Right, it's going up to the level 2 again. Alright, if that is a spirit making that happen, can you make it stop now? That's still going off. Oh, it did just stop. Okay. Alright. If that is you interfering with the EMF, can you make it spike again now? Okay, it's spiking again. Is there something you want to tell me? If so, can you make the EMF spike again? Okay. Did you die here? Okay. Did you used to be in room 904? No? Okay. So you died somewhere else in the building? Yes? Okay. I'm so sorry. Were you one of the people that was shot? No? Right. Are you a child? No? Alright. Did you die of natural causes? No? Were you murdered? Yes? I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve what happened to you. You're having a hard time moving on? Are you choosing not to move on? Is something keeping you here? Do you just like being here? No? Are you scared to move on? Yes? Are you scared of the afterlife? Yes? So if this is a spirit speaking with me right now, I really appreciate it. And just know that I want to know you exist and you're not alone. I'm sorry for whatever has happened to you to keep you here. And I hope you're able to find peace. All right. I mean, honestly, getting some pretty solid responses on the EMF. I'll have to review the EVP to see if anything got picked up. But otherwise, I guess I'm going to kind of get things set up for the night, get the night vision camera running, and I'm going to hit the hay again if I could actually sleep. I took a nice nap, so I'm kind of more awake now than I was earlier, but I'll hopefully see you guys in the morning. Night-night. Why did I say hopefully? Well, made it through the night. Kind of. I did not go to sleep after I did the last, EVP session. So I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. But I went down a rabbit hole of looking into the actual, haunted history of this place. And man alive, it was disturbing. There have been a lot of suicides here. A lot of unexplained deaths. Well, maybe not unexplained. I think the most common, cause was heart disease, is what they kept saying. So going through that was very interesting, but also very disturbing. One lady was using some type of heated blanket, and she caught on fire. One guy apparently had a heart attack while he was in a bathtub, but the faucet was still running with hot water, and it was so hot that it was almost boiling, and it melted his flesh off his body because it was running for 17 hours on him. So, yeah, some weird stuff has happened here. Oh, so yeah, I was up all night reading a whole bunch of old articles about that. But nothing really super spooky has happened. Did go down and got some breakfast, which was really good. Got some pancakes. Went and did a little tour of the place. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that in a second. Overall, this place is amazing. It's so cool. It feels like I'm in a different century. You walk into the lobby, there's live music, jazz playing, everyone's dressed kind of fancy, and the architecture is beautiful. So the experience alone was so worth it. It felt like I wasn't in this day and age, and it felt real cool. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it a lot. And I wasn't the only one sitting alone in all the restaurants and whatnot. There were other solo travelers. I wasn't the crazy lady sitting alone playing Wordscape. I was playing Mahjong instead. Because I'm cool. But anyways, I'll go review the EVP and we'll see what we got. But anyways, I gotta get ready to check out or take a nap. I'm thinking nap first. Yes, nap first. And now we're going to go on a little tour of the entire hotel. There's a lot of fun things to look at, so I hope you enjoy it. And while I walk around, I'm also going to tell you guys a little bit about the history of this building. When I started on my journey to look for evidence of the paranormal for myself, I was expecting to stay in old, run-down buildings and shabby places with bad reputations for things going bump in the night. What I did not expect was the grandeur of the Brown Palace Hotel. Situated between many glass-adorned high-rise buildings, the Little Red Hotel stands out like a sore thumb in the best way possible. Back when it was built in 1892, it was the highest building in Denver. Now it sits in the shadows of the buildings around it. The inside, however, is still just as impressive as it was when it was first built. The whole structure is built around a central atrium where you can go to sit for special events or even just tea time. As you traverse the halls, you can see the beauty and attention to detail given to the architecture, and there are many nods to the history of the building spread throughout. The architecture style of the building varies on some of the different floors, making it a very fun experience to explore all areas of the hotel. The hotel's rich history is also just as fascinating as its architecture. The hotel was the second fireproof building in the nation and has had all but 3 of the U.S. presidents since Theodore Roosevelt's term stay here. It is the only historic hotel in the Denver area that has been continuously open since it was built, aside from when it had to be shut down briefly during the COVID lockdown. Once upon a time, the hotel also offered cremations in the basement, but no one ever utilized that service before it was discontinued in 1920. Now, of course, for a building this old, people will make the claim that it is haunted. There are stories of ghostly bands playing music, the spirits of children running through the halls, and a baby crying in the boiler, to name a few of the urban legends. Let's dive into some of the real haunted history of the Brown Palace. First off, there was an incident that occurred in what is now the Ship Tavern, where 3 people were shot by Harold F. Henwood in 1911. Sylvester Von Full and George Copeland passed away at a nearby hospital, while the 3rd victim, James Atkinson, survived. People say the bar area is haunted because of this, even though no one actually died in the building. This was by far the most famous tragedy that occurred in the hotel, but there are many other deaths that plague the building. Just in the short amount of time I spent researching, I came across more than 30 deaths ranging from suicides, heart attacks, tragic accidents, and even murders. There was a bellman who died due to a heart attack while in the lobby of the hotel, next to the elevators where he had been servicing guests. While I was at the hotel, the elevator did have a habit of randomly stopping on floors no one was on, giving a very eerie feeling anytime I took it. It could just be that it's an old building with some bad wiring, or maybe it could be the dedicated bellman still trying to do his job. The bellman was not the only employee who passed away on the job, as a head waiter also passed away near the Emerald Room. The exact cause of his death was not released, though it was said to be of natural causes. Another employee was shot and killed in the hotel's kitchen. In addition to all of this, the claims that a baby is heard crying in the boiler room is supported by the horrific event that occurred in 1903. 2 men brought a baby in a box to the hotel, where they were allowed to place the box into the boiler to burn the baby. The employee who let them in claimed to not know if the baby had been dead or alive at the time it was placed in the boiler, but ended up being arrested for the matter. So does the spirit of that poor soul still linger? I of course was not able to go into the boiler room, but it is just another terrible event that occurred within the walls of this hotel that could lead it to being a hotspot for paranormal activity. During my stay, I did not expressly see or hear anything blatantly paranormal. During the night, the EMF did have a couple more significant spikes that could have been an indicator there was something spooky going on, or it could have just been bad wiring again. However, I did have some moments when it did feel like the EMF spikes occurred in correspondence with the questions I was asking. However, after reviewing the EVP recordings and the cameras I had set up through the night, nothing of interest showed up on those. So, we have yet another mildly inconclusive location. Could it still be haunted and I just got unlucky to not experience any of it? Absolutely. But for now, most of the things I considered spooky or out of the ordinary could readily be explained by old and potentially faulty wiring. So, after getting packed up, eating an amazing breakfast in the hotel, and checking out, my journey to experience paranormal activity continues on to another location. Next up, Hotel Tetro. And believe me when I say you're not going to want to miss out on this one. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!